There are over 100 treats at Epcot's Flower and Garden Festival, but it can be hard to know which ones are actually worth your money. So I'm trying to figure that out today, but there's a twist. My goal today is to figure out what treats I can't miss at Flower and Garden Festival, and then which are maybe, skip. But the thing is, I'm gonna let the flip of a coin decide what I eat today. Heads is savory, tails is sweet. Oh, but before I actually flip it, I need to decide which two food items are gonna be going head to head against each other. And the way I'm gonna do that is with our handy dandy festival passport. Now inside here is going to be all the information that you need for Flower and Garden Festival. There's a list of all the food booths along with menus, as well as other festival information like when entertainment is happening and list of topiaries, and this is going to be your best friend if you're at an Epcot festival. Now if you're not able to pick one of these up, that's totally fine as well. You can get this information in your My Disney Experience app. All right, so let's see. Savory is going to be the Cubanito from the Florida Fresh booth up against the flan over in Mexico. Now both of these are brand new items for the festival this year, so I have no idea what I'm getting into. It's like a tiny Cuban sandwich. This is adorable. I'm so excited about this one. Good job, Penny. Good choice so far. So this is a Cuban sandwich, but it's just miniature, which makes it even cuter, which makes it, in my book, better. So I'm gonna give this one 8 out of 10. Cute little Cuban sandwich, plus a surprise appearance by Pluto. Today is already off to a fantastic start. But this isn't just random foods that I'm trying, or even just sweet and savory. There's actually 7 categories that I have to complete today, where 2 foods are going up head to head to find out which one is a miss and which one is a must. Ooh, I like that. Next category is color code, and in honor of Figment and his topiary this year, so cute, it's gonna be a pink versus green competition. Now for green, I'm picking the Avocado Toast over in Bunchcot versus the pink Frushi over in Japan. Now I have had the Frushi every single year, so I really hope that I get Frushi, but it's not up to me. Heads green, tails pink. And it's, dang it. Oh well, off to Brunchcot. Part of this challenge is I'm gonna actually have to figure out where some of these booths are. I know there's some food booths down near Test Tracks, so maybe I'll go check that out. Wait, I just remembered that inside our festival passport has the location of where the food booths are. Yes, that passport is so handy. You can even get walking directions from your location in the My Disney Experience app. And while we're on our way over there, something else that is a festival must are the festival gift cards. The gift cards can be used like regular Disney gift cards, except they have festival specific artwork, which makes them more fun. I think he's just so cute, so that's what we went with this year. But they also make it a simple way to budget for an Epcot festival, and it's an easier way to pay so that you can free your hands up for more food and drinks. And you can get one of the festival themed gift cards here at Epcot over at the Creation Shop, but it's usually really busy. So I'd recommend going to one of the other gift shops in the area. If you're coming in the front of the park, you can get a festival gift card over at Gateway Gifts. It's the first gift shop you see when you walk in. It's usually very chill, and then you can just make a beeline for your first food booth, festival gift card in hand, ready to eat, just like I'm ready to do. Whoa, this is a loaded avocado toast. That's something I love about the Flower and Garden Festival, is that all the food is so bright and colorful and cheerful. And even though I didn't get my Frushi yet, there's still hope. This actually gives a great opportunity to talk about the go around the Epcot Festival eating foods and get a redemption prize thing. Here at Flower and Garden Festival, it is called the Garden Graze. There are 8 treats this year that are participants in the Garden Graze. Go around and get at least 5 treats, get your stamp in your festival passport, and then you'll be able to redeem that for a special completer treat over at Pineapple Promenade. And also note, if you're going for the Garden Graze, you can repeat items. It doesn't have to be 5 unique items, just as long as it's 5 from the list. Like this one, which is very pretty but messy. And there's a lot of avocado on that, which is fantastic, but the taste itself is a little meh for me, so I'm gonna give this one a solid 5. Does get points for being pretty, and actually might be one of the better deals because for the price it's actually a good amount of food, and it's not too heavy, which is gonna be so important later on in the festival's run when it gets real hot, because this festival is going from now until May 27th. Getting the avocado toast over the Brunchcot booth may have presented some challenges for future Molly. That's because along with getting something from the 7 categories, I also can't repeat a food booth. And next up we have one of the hardest matchups. But first I have to check out something in this area. I'm so happy right now. That's precious. So there are 3 topiaries that are brand new this year, including Baby Groot. They are amongst the 70. Count them, 70 topiaries that the incredible cast members of the horticulture team put together for this festival. Now, for the spicy versus cool challenge, over here in this corner, we have the seasonal fruit parfait with sweet chili sauce and mango Dole Whip versus the liquid nitro honey mascarpone cheesecake. Any kind of like tropical fruit with spice or chili is one of my favorite flavor combinations, but I have been a longtime fan of the honey mascarpone cheesecake that used to be at the Honey Bistro. It has disappeared, but now there is a nitro version right next door to the Swirled Showcase. I was gonna say this is gonna be a toss-up, but literally it is. It was that. I wasn't expecting that. That's delightful, yay! On my way over to the booth, I think I might have just found my favorite topiary of the year. These bushes are wearing the Flower and Garden orange bird ears from this year. I love it so much. And if you're looking for your own pair of these adorable orange bird ears, they are part of 4 merchandise lines that you can find here at the festival. There's an orange bird line. I don't know what you do with this, but it has orange bird on it and I kind of want it. A Spike the Bee line for pass holders, a Cocoa inspired line, and then a Minnie Mouse one. You can find the festival exclusive merchandise over in the Citrus Swirl booth, at the Creation Shop, and at festival marketplaces around World Showcase Promenade. Making my way from the test track side of the park over to the imagination side of the park for the Swirled Showcase food booth. That was an unexpected obstacle of this challenge, is that I'm going to be potentially having to like crisscross the park to go get the treat that wins the battle. But that's okay because I'm off to get the honey mascarpone cheesecake. This is a huge day for me. I just need to take a moment for this. All right, time to dig in. So admittedly, I was already pretty sold on this dish, but when I actually saw it, I'm now more obsessed because the gold and the purple together, it's just such a pretty treat. The ultimate test. I feel like that kombucha meme. But it wasn't what I was expecting. First off, it's soft, so there's not like a crumble or a crust to kind of balance the softness. And the taste is primarily cheesecakey, like not right now getting too much of the honey or blueberry, but it's still very good, and I'm clearly going to eat the entire thing. For taste, for presentation, and maybe a little bit of bonus points for nostalgia, I'm giving this one 8 out of 10. If you're looking to enjoy yummy food like this, the festival booths open around 11 o'clock. That gives you about 2 hours to do other Epcot things or even take a look at the gardens and topiaries. And since this is Flower and Garden, our next category is going to celebrate that with the citrus versus herbs. So we have the violet lemonade versus the herbed goat cheese croissant over in France. This is another hard one. I get both of those treats every Flower Garden Festival. The heads, we're going citrus, tails, we're going herbs. And 3, 2, 1. I think they say something like eating is part presentation, and when it comes to this one, I'll be honest, I'm not super impressed with the presentation at the moment. There's something about this little tail that is unnerving to me. But hey, looks aren't everything. Let's see how it tastes. I was expecting more of what they do at Food and Wine Festival, where it's like this mostly herby, buttery croissant kind of thing. And this is very much the tangy goat cheese is like the forward flavor. So it's okay. Overall, we're going with, let's say a 4. It's not bad, but there's just so many things that are great at the festival that not bad just doesn't cut it. However, this does put me in position next to the Morocco Spice Garden. The gardens here at this festival are not only beautiful to look at, but they often also teach us something. There's gardens all through World Showcase and the festival footprint, with things from the tea garden over in the UK, which teaches you about the different flowers and herbs that create tea. There's even a guided tour that you can sign up for over in the tea caddy that goes through and tells you more about the tea process. There's also a self-guided tour, and you can get information about that in the tea caddy as well. But a lot of the countries also have a garden showing off local flora and fauna and spices and other things that allow you to just appreciate this world. Now back to our food tour, with the next category being global gastronomy. This one is pitting Japan versus Italy. And why this is a big deal is because Japan is my favorite booth every single Epcot festival. No matter the festival, no matter the food, there's always something that I love from the Japan booth. Remember the frushi I mentioned earlier? That's just one example. But it's going against my least favorite food booth. So this one's high stakes. Heads is Japan, tails is Italy. Come on, let's be a lucky penny. Worth the wait. Always a fan of that one. But real talk, I love how light and refreshing this one is, and that also it's not overly sweet. Sometimes Disney treats can be too sweet, but this one's a really nice flow. Now this next category is a little personal, but maybe you can relate as well. Before I moved next to Disney World, I would always plan out my Disney trips, and I remember that being some of the most exciting parts of a Disney trip was getting to plan all the rides I was going to do and when we were going to which park on which day, and of course what I was going to eat. And if there was an Epcot festival, there was one source that I went to consistently to hear about the latest food, and that is Disney Food Blog. I would wait anxiously for their best of the fest list for every festival and would dutifully eat the majority of it. So this next category is Disney Food Blog Best of the Fest. Now, in order to diversify the amount of yummy foods I get to eat, I actually wanted to challenge myself to pick some foods off their list that I probably wouldn't pick. The coconut tres leche and spicy chicken gumbo. I need to practice my coin flipping, but heads it is. But before I share my review, I saw that the Garden Rocks concert was about to begin, so I thought that would be a great time to mention that the Garden Rocks concert series happens every day. They have performances at 5:30, 6:45, and 8 o'clock. There's internationally known artists Friday through Monday, and then there are local bands Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's happening at the American Gardens Theater, and you can get reserved seating by having a dining package. However, if you couldn't find reservations, no worries. There's still the potential to get a same-day dining package over at the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. You just have to arrive the day of, and I would recommend getting there as soon as it opens to get the best opportunity of it not selling out. Right now it's opening at 11:45. You also don't need to have reservations. That just guarantees you seating. You can definitely hop in the standby line as well because this is included as part of the Flower and Garden Festival. Ooh, there's okra in here. All right, and for this gumbo, I never would have gotten this myself, but I'm actually a fan of this. I'm going 8 out of 10. I believe Disney is all about reliving happy memories, but also having new experiences. So the next category is based on that. It's going to be a new food versus returning food. And after consulting our trusty guide here, the returning food is going to be classic violet lemonade. I'm still holding out. I hope I can get that today. And then the new item is going to be tenderloins and risotto. Let's go have a new experience. What's interesting about the Farmer's Fresh booth is that the menu is going to be changing every month. So even if you come to the festival multiple times, there's a chance that there'll be new things to try. Oh, before I try the last dish, I did want to mention there's also entertainment apart from the Garden Rock series. They're the Garden Janitors. And there is a special Beacons of Magic show just for Flower and Garden Festival here on Spaceship Earth. What's really cool is you'll be able to see the show not only from the front of the park, but now back here as well in the World Celebration area. The show starts running when the sun goes down, and it happens intermittently in between the regular Beacons of Magic show. And now, it all comes down to the final dish. I think I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm a big fan of the risotto. You have your go-to favorites festival after festival, Disney trip after Disney trip, but I'm here to help you find your next new favorite. That's why I love sharing experiences like this, so that your next Disney trip is your best one yet. Oh, and speaking of that, I designed this video here to give you some tips so you can do Disney right. Go ahead and click it, check it out, and I'll meet you over there.